So continue. So chapter number 4, Macheik, erasing. Right. So as we said in the beginning, when it just started, the first melacha, those are two separate melachas, two separate. Writing is one, and erasing in two. Okay. And it says, erasing is 139 hours melachas that were biblically prohibited on Shabbos. That are okay. As explained chapter 1, during the construction of the Mishkan, the workers had to number each plank to ensure that it would be put in the same place when the Mishkan was taken apart and reassembled. Those same workers sometimes had to erase numbers and that they wrote incorrectly on the planks. Therefore, erasing was also melacha. Right. So again, when they would, if you see the picture, and I recommend to everybody to see the picture of the Mishkan with dimension and with beautiful, like there is like separate books, like very like powerful, unbelievable books of this Mishkan, and even in black and white was also, I guess, good. So we have some idea how it looks, like all of the different components, all of these rings and stuffs go through the ring, through the pillars, right? So these pillars are supposed to be in the right place, right? Because the closer they are to Holy of Holies, they are more holier in some sense. So if it's like a west fourth, for example, like this pillar from west side, number 4. So I'm just making up, right? So it's more holier than east 13. Okay, right. So we cannot go down in holiness, only up. So that's why, or stay exactly the same. That's why they had to number, like put the numbers, coordinates on each plank, right, to put after disassemble and reassemble in a correct sequence. Okay. So, and sometimes, as it says, workers would make a mistake, write the wrong coordinates, so they would need to erase and write on top correct ones, right? So here we see it was constructive purpose, meaning erase meaning what? To prepare the surface to write on. Okay, so that's why it's constructive. And it says, one second. And it says, it is forbidden to erase any type of script, including a letter, number, a picture, or even ineligible mark. Right? Let us proceed to discuss the details of each of these prohibitions. Okay, section number 1, constructive and destructive erasing. Okay. So on a Torah level, it's all only like melacha is only constructive. So as we're going to see, meaning constructive to erase in order to write something over. Okay. The biblical prohibition of erasing. In general, any constructive activities is considered melacha with respect of Shabbos. Any constructive activity. Destructive activities does not usually qualify as a melacha, even if it is was done in a Mishkan, and not prohibited under biblical law, right? So, but before we continue, but it would be prohibited under rabbinic law. So rabbis went ahead, and even if it's somebody is destroying something, like cut something, for example, in destructive fashion, it is still forbidden. For example, people like to, after dinner, like Friday night dinner, Shabbos morning, they like to play talk, sit around to talk, and play with a napkin. And some like play with a napkin. They rip a napkin apart. I mean, they use napkin, right? And it's absolutely forbidden. Does person rip in different parts because he's going to reuse it? No, just has nothing to do, right? Person is bored, but still it's going to be forbidden on rabbinical level. Okay, is therefore behooves us to explain why erasing is considered milacha, as it seemed to be purely destructive act eliminating that which was written, right? So since we say it is milacha, and it is done in destructive fashion, so how is it milacha? Okay, because with milacha we said something creative. The Mishnah in Shabbos 73a describe milacha of erasing as erasing with intent to write. So those are key words, right? Erasing with the intent to write on top. This means that milacha, that Mishnah, consider erasing for the sake of writing something new in a place to be constructive act of preparing the surface for the writing. Meaning, again, they erase to prepare the surface to write something over. Otherwise, it's going to be rabbinic. It's still prohibited by a rabbinic decree. Indeed, when the workers who built the Mishkan erased an incorrectly written number, it was for the purpose of writing correct one in place. This is why erasing is considered milacha. So very straightforward, because they would erase to write something on top of it. Okay. According to some poskim, since erasing is essentially destructive act, the biblical prohibition applies specifically to erasing with intent to write, as was performed in the Mishkan, right? So in the Mishkan, it was like specifically in erase because, right, in order to write, so because they would need to know where this plank is going to go next time when they reassemble again. Other poskim rule that erasing script for any positive productive purposes is included in biblical prohibition. Other poskim say no. Erasing even for constructive purpose, even if you don't intend to write something over. So meaning somebody, like a kid, wrote something on the wall, and you want to erase it. So that's the problem, right? So you want your wall to be clean, right? Or they write on their hands or something, right? So they would not be allowed to wash their hands. You understand? To erase for constructive purpose. Okay. Just one second. So let's do the sentence again. Other poskim rule that erasing a script for any positive or productive purpose is included in a biblical prohibition. They describe this as erasing with intent to improve. So there, in Shabbos 73a, it was erasing in order to write, but here erasing with intention to improve. Okay. And commentary. The same dispute pertains to milacha of tearing. Right. So tearing, yeah. So meaning you don't destroy, but you cannot tear, for example, on like toilet paper or like paper towels. Okay. Continue. An example of this type of erasing would be in erasure of the bill of debt in order to prevent collection on its basis. So somebody gave you the I owe you note, right? And now this person was he wants, or you want to erase it. So like for yourself, because he paid you off, right? He paid you. So you want to erase, and then if you find it like sometime later, so you would not collect. Okay. Or for children, right? So there are cases that we learn in halacha when a person dies and he was sick, for example, for some time before he died, and a person who owed him money, he repaid the debt, but this sick person, he could not find the promissory note, this and that. So okay, when he dies, the promissory note is still there, and guess what? He never told his sons or his heirs that this person actually paid me. I just was too weak. I don't know what happened, and this promissory note fell between the shelves or something, right? Whatever happened. So, and if they find, they try to collect. How do they know? That's very interesting. Continue. Another example would be to the erasure of writing from the wall in order to clean it, right? So, and as As we said, it does not have to be like something like a word or something, or a letter or digit, right? Some even some mark or something. Okay, there are these are constructive. These acts constitute transgression because we improve the surface of biblical law according to the latter opinion. So according to the first opinion, it's only on biblical prohibition, only erasing with intention to write. Second opinion of our sages, no, it's actually erasing to improve the surface. So of course, I mean, we have to go by the middle of the road, meaning according to both opinions, of course. The halacha follows the latter opinion. No, it's a latter opinion, which consider any constructive erasure of the script's transgression of biblical law. Okay, no, but it is the middle of the road. So it adopts the first opinion and second. So second is like more broad category. So meaning which consider any constructive erasure of the script transgression of biblical law. Constructive erasure, what does it mean? Constructive in order to write on that place, or constructive could be constructive. 1 second. Okay, sorry. Constructive could be you want this place to be clean. Okay. Next one. Erasing illegible marks. The melacha is not limited to erasing script. Rather, it includes erasing anything for a constructive purpose. For example, erasing a blot of ink from the page in order to write in a place is transgression of biblical prohibition, since the erasure cleans the surface and prepares it for a new script. Okay, so let's erase an ineligible mark. So meaning it's nothing significant. Okay, one more time and we're going to explain. The melacha is not limited to erasing script. Rather, it includes erasing anything for a constructive purpose. Meaning that it's not like on planks in the Mishkan that they wrote something like a wrong number, but they just spilled the ink there, right? Let's say. So now that they're going to erase all of this spillage in order to write the correct number. Okay. For example, erasing a blot of ink from the page in order to write in its place is a transgression of biblical prohibition, right? As we said above. So meaning for any constructive purpose, since the erasure cleans the surface and prepare for the new script. Okay.